This is Gianna Matthew from St. Joseph's Broadcasting Channel reporting the current events. Let's start with some celebrations. The people of U.A.E celebrate their National Day on the 2nd of December every year. But this year it's special because it is the 50th National Day. It is a special day celebrated throughout the Emirate by locals and expatriates living in the country. Over to Alina.
It is a spectacular show. The theme for this year's National Day is the spirit of the Union. This spirit that binds the multicultural community of the UAE connects us under one banner, one flag, but with many voices. It is derived from the vision and leadership of the late Sheikh Zayed and now lives on through His Highness Sheikh Khalifa, President of the UAE, and his fellow leaders of the Emirates who are shaping the future.
The birth of the UAE was celebrated with its national anthem Jubilee, composed by scholar Arif al-Sheikh Abdullah al-Hassan in 1986. The song translates as "Long Live My Homeland." It honors the founding of the nation in 1971 by Sheikh Zayed and the values that still animate this country with such an important cultural influence, as you can see the traditional dances.
The flag that soars high today, celebrating the UAE's 50th National Day, was designed by Abdullah Muhammad Al-Mania in the year 1971. The flag mainly represents the UAE citizens and many values like dignity, pride, peace, prosperity, happiness, etc. The four colors in the UAE flag mainly symbolize the Arabian unity.
Before its recreation as the United Arab Emirates in 1971, the UAE was known as the Trucial States, a collection of sheikdoms extending from the Straits of Hormuz to the west along the Persian Gulf. The UAE is a federation of 7 emirates: Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah, and Fujairah. The capital of UAE is Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is the largest emirate, while Dubai is the second largest emirate. Al Ain is known as one of the world's oldest settlements. A number of people from different nations with diverse cultures and traditions live peacefully and in harmony in the UAE. UAE is considered as one of the top 5 safest countries to live and work. Despite the changing face of the country, the Arabs have not forgotten their roots.
Oil was discovered in commercial quantities in 1958. Development of this abundant resource began shortly after. It was in 1962 that the Esso Dublin loaded the first cargo of crude oil. In addition to exporting oil, the need to be self-sufficient led to the opening of the U.A.E oil refinery. Onshore and offshore oil production continued to develop throughout the 1960s. The oil wealth was put to use in improving infrastructure and taking the country to great heights.
UAE is known for its oil exports all around the world. In UAE, oil was first discovered in the 1960s in Abu Dhabi. Oil was also discovered in 1966 in Dubai, but it was in less quantity than the other neighboring states. After 3 years, oil was exported from Dubai to the world. The first export shipment of oil was 180,000 barrels. the United Arab Emirates produces around 3.7 million barrels of oil daily.
On December 2nd, 1971, the Trucial States gave way to the newly born United Arab Emirates, meeting in what was known as the Guest Palace. Rulers of Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain and Fujairah signed the country's first constitution and established the independent state of the United Arab Emirates. Ras Al Khaimah joined in February the following year. Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan was elected as the first president of this supreme country. Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum was appointed as the country's first vice president and prime minister. Together, the dignitaries and guests gathered under the world's newest national flag of the most successful federation that would be called the United Arab Emirates.
Because of the President's foresightedness, there were many changes. The UAE has witnessed tremendous development.
Understanding the UAE is impossible without understanding the life of Sheikh Zayed and his deep religious faith, determination, vision, and hard work, and the way in which he devoted his life to the service of his people and the creation of a better world. Sheikh Zayed died in the year 2004, leaving behind a legacy as the father of the nation. He who does not know his past cannot make the best of his present and future, for it is from the past that we learn. Every individual has to perform his duty. Man is mortal, but his work is not. Therefore, work is greater than wealth. To treat every person, no matter what his creed or race, as a special soul is a mark of Islam. Education is like a lantern which lights your way in a dark alley.
Tourism is a major economic source of income in UAE. Every year, about 15 million tourists visit the UAE. Another major economic source of income in UAE is trade.
There are plenty of tourist attractions to visit in the UAE, like amusement parks, museums, mosques, beaches, restaurants, sanctuaries, and resorts.
Colleges in the UAE. Because of the President's foresightedness, there are many colleges in the UAE.
Now let us see progress in Dubai's trade. Crude oil and natural gas lead to improvements in terms of trade determinants. There are some famous tourist attractions that lead to growth in Dubai's trade. Global Village and another very prominent event, Expo 2020.
Finding hidden opportunities is the secret of a thriving country. Using those opportunities are the reason of their success.
Expo 2020 is based on the quote of Sheikh Zayed, as its motto says, connecting minds, creating the future. Visit Expo 2020, one of the greatest events of all times.
The U.A.E sustainability journey aims for the country to be 100% eco-friendly and for the people to not wait for a sustainable and healthy life, but for them to receive it at a glance from the government.
Sheikh Mohammed launched the first eco-preservation project called the Green Economy Initiative to reduce oil trading in the world.
The success of Dubai, the sustainable city. This city consists of
U.A.E launched the Emirates Mars mission on July 19, 2020. This probe reached the Martian atmosphere on February 9, 2021, marking the Golden Jubilee of U.A.E. The first Emirati astronaut was Hazar Mansouri. Recently, two Emirati scientists, Noor al-Matrushi and Mohammad al-Mala, had an exciting trip to space.
The UAE is ranked as one of the most developed countries in the world. The country has attained sustainable growth in several fields, including the economy and trade, investment, communications, information and technology, tourism, and human and social development. And yet, it has not forgotten its rich cultural heritage that reflects traditional Arab and Islamic values.
Expo 2020 is a world expo currently hosted by Dubai from the 1st of October 2021 to the 31st of March 2022. The Bureau International de Exposition General Assembly in Paris named Dubai as the host on 27th November 2013. Expo 2020 is the first expo to be held in the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia, with many reasons to be counted as one of the most important in exposition history.
OMG! Can you believe it? I am right now at the entrance of Expo 2020 Dubai. Aren't you excited as well? Hop on and I will take you through a tour to the expo site. Firstly, let's visit the magnificent U.A.E Pavilion. The U.A.E Pavilion was designed to embody the main theme of Expo 2020, connecting minds, creating the future.
His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum said that the U.A.E would start another chapter in its journey to the future with a new sense of purpose, and it would be a journey full of exciting possibilities where new dreams and ambitions can be realized. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan said that the holding of the event for the first time in the Middle East, Africa and South Asia region is a testament to the rapid strides the U.A.E has made in various spheres of life and the commitment it has shown to building global collaboration.
Women's empowerment will come under the spotlight of Expo 2020 Dubai. as the UAE seeks to underline the importance of female equality during the 6-month event. Expo 2020 Dubai will include a women's pavilion intended to highlight the contribution women make to society. The space will also focus on how the sexes must work together to battle inequality.
The Expo 2020 in Dubai will directly benefit thousands of people by creating a multitude of new jobs in the Emirate across numerous different sectors. Since the Expo preparations started in 2013, thousands of people have been employed from all over the world to plan, design, build and develop the entire environment and infrastructure required for the Dubai Expo 2020. A whole new transportation facility has also been created, which will incorporate new streets, electric transports, and many more.
Sustainability is an important concept for Expo 2020 Dubai, and the government is currently working to attain the ISO 2012-1 Event Sustainability Management System certification that will attest to sustainability being embedded in Expo 2020 Dubai's management processes and will help realize the goal of hosting a sustainable event. From recycling to promoting natural solutions, they hope to inspire others to reaffirm their commitment to the environment and protecting the earth for future generations.
Analysts have suggested that Expo 2020 will have a significant impact on the Middle East region, with some estimates predicting that for every Expo-related job created in the UAE, 60 additional roles will be generated across North Africa and the Middle East.
The production of the Expo will lead to a much closer relationship between UAE and other parts of the world. The themes such as sustainability, mobility and opportunity will be also enforced to all people in UAE, including the citizen and the expatriate.
30 years ago, we had no buildings, and when we saw buildings in other countries, we used to envy them and wonder how we could convince our people to be satisfied with what they had. History is a continuous chain of events. The present is only an extension of the past. The effort that you put in always comes back to you, quoted by His Highness Sheikh Zayed. The real spirit behind progress is a human spirit, devotion, lust, but never the least, hard work.
مرحبا السلام عليكم. نحن طلاب الصف الثامن سوف نتحدث اليوم عن إكسبو 2020. أهلا وسهلا بكم.
ما هو إكسبو؟ هو معرض يقام كل 5 سنوات في بلد مختلف من دول العالم، ويستمر لمدة 6 أشهر كحد أقصى. والفكرة الأساسية من معرض إكسبو هي تبادل الأفكار والاختراعات بين الثقافات المختلفة من دول العالم.
ما هو إكسبو دبي 2020؟
نالت دولة الإمارات شرف استضافة معرض إكسبو العالمي في أيام 2020، ويعود ذلك لموقع الدولة الاستراتيجي استقاء الإمارات البوائد 8 سائد عن ثلثي دول العالم، بالإضافة إلى الخدمات ومرافق الآليات الجديدة التي توفرها الدولة للزوار، بما فيها الفنادق والمطاعم ومراكز الترفيه. شكرا.
ما هو شعار إكسبو 2020؟
اتخذ معرض إكسبو شعار التواصل العقول والسنة مستقبل، ليبين أهمية التواصل مع الآخرين للوقوف معا في وجه الصعوبات والتحديات التي تواجه العالم. كما يشير هذا الشيار إلى أهمية التواصل في بناء مستقبل مشرق.
ما سبب احتياج شيار إكسبو 2020؟
استلهم تصميم قصة شيار إكسبو 2020 من قطعة أثرية أسير عليها أثناء عملية التنقيب في مواقع صاروخ الحديد الأسود، أو كما يعرف باسم صاروخ الحديد، حيث تتميز هذه القطعة بقيمة خاصة، وهي عبارة عن حلقة ذهبية تمتد جذورها إلى مئات السنين، وتثبت بأن الإمارات كانت وما زالت ملتقى للحضارات والثقافات.
قال صاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن راشد المكتوم: شعار إكسبو الجديد هو رسالة لشعبنا بأننا أهل حضارة في التاريخ، وسنبقى رسالة تواصل ومحطة لالتقاء الحضارات وعاصمة الإبداع. كان هنا قبل 4000 عام إعادة مبدئة سنة الزهر، أما اليوم معنا إعادة مباركة تبني مستقبل الإمارات. قال سموه دبي مدينة الزهر كانت وستبقى وأثمن من الزهر، أكل وأفكار وقواعد أبنائنا وبناتنا.
هل هناك معلومات أخرى عن إكسبو 2020؟
أكثر من 100 روبوت سترحب بالصور وتقدم الطعام وتأخذ أسئلة.
أكثر من 30,000 متطوع للمساعدة.
ستقام بطولات الشطرنج في إكسبو في نوفمبر.
أكثر من 190 دولة في إكسبو 2020.
سيكون هناك لكل دولة مشاركة يوم وطني، وستكون هذه الاحتفالات في الوصل بلازا.
سيتم الاحتفال بعيد الحب والهالوين ويوم اللغة العربية ويوم الشعر العالمي وعيد الأم في إكسبو 2020.
من أهم الأهداف في إكسبو 2020 الاحتفال باليوبيل الذهبي لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة.
Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, described National Day as a historic day that marks a milestone for our country's achievements. This year, the U.A.E. National Day is going to be a remarkable one, as this 50th annual day marks the Golden Jubilee since the U.A.E. was founded. We at St. Joseph's School, Abu Dhabi, celebrate the 50th National Day with great pride, the legacy of our ancestors. The day is celebrated annually as a mark of unity, joy, and respect. The country's founding father, Sheikh Zayed, made great efforts to unite the Emirates. The National Day celebrations at the school and throughout Abu Dhabi are a great way to learn more about the U.A.E., its traditions and its history. With over 200 nationalities living in the U.A.E., it is a home for all communities and represents so many positive vibes in all our lives. The past 2 years had been a challenging one for all of us in the U.A.E. However, the country and authorities created a safe and supportive environment for us to live in. The spirit of the nation highlights the incredible opportunities, showing us the way forward into the future with hope and optimism. Over the 50 years, the UAE has made great achievements in education, culture, economy, and many other fields in such a short period under the able leadership and guidance from the rulers of this country, including this year with the Expo 2020. This year, let us remember the historic relevance of the occasion and honor those who were the masterminds behind forming the UAE. Today, we thank the UAE for being our home and inspiration. Let us cherish and celebrate the glory of our country together. Congratulations on the UAE National Day celebrations. May our great nation prosper and grow each day. We wish the UAE continued success in the years ahead. Long live the UAE.
الإمارات العربية المتحدة.